The unique thing about Canyon Lake is we still have some vacant land, which allows you to go out and pick the lot and build. And like any rule of real estate, it's all about location. You can go around and look down this street, which is San Joaquin, and you have houses that you may like, and that's great. You're gonna be around 3.5 to 4 million, or you can pick up this lot for 750 and build whatever you want. This is actually 2 lots right here, but as this pies down, this ends up being a pretty big lot. Nice thing here is this seller has done the majority of the planning of the work. The house he has designed, I think, is awesome. I'd love to see it actually be built. He has the grading plan, he has the pool layout, pool design, house designs. I'll include all that into a link below this video. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to Canyon Lake, you have many options, but building is still one of them, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna go to a house down the street, and I'll give you an idea of what that is as far as price and that remodel, which is another amazing property. We'll go to property over on Boating Way and show you that, and ultimately just kind of give you the idea of what you get for your dollar, whether you can go out and buy a house already built that's brand new, buy a house and rehab it, buy a house that's been rehabbed, or come out here and build your own. All right, so there are a few streets in Canyon Lake that are well known. One of them is San Joaquin. You have across the lake, you have Big Range and Whirlaway, and a couple of the streets along the main lake. So the values here in Canyon Lake are all determinant of location. You have the main body of water that seems to be the most desirable. I actually prefer the East Bay personally. It might be a personal call, personal preference, but San Joaquin has always been known for kind of Millionaire's Row. All of these houses along this strip of the main lake are pretty rad. Hard to beat these. You have the properties over along Cascade. You have Gray Fox, a few other streets that are just really kind of well known for the size and for just the expense. The lots that you can't overbuild because you're going to get the value out of it somehow, some way. So this house that we're going to come look at right now is approximately 10,000 square feet and is going to be priced somewhere around 3.8 to 4 million. And it just offers a whole another level of an option, or just what to choose from, what you're going to see within Canyon Lake. So the cool thing about this property here is you actually have your own launch ramp, which is pretty unique to Canyon Lake. There's a few houses that have boat garages or little ways to pull your boat up, but in this scenario, you can actually drive all the way down to the water and launch your own boat. This has been a massive remodel, completely redone. Not quite there yet, but we're going to be there in about, I would say, 30 days or so. But you're gonna get a sneak peek, get a quick look at this property before it's done, and we'll go down to the water and then back up through this property. All right, so again, when it comes to real estate, we've all heard the adage of location, location, location. And so here we are on just an expanse view of the main lake. And one of the streets I mentioned earlier was Cascade. So you have Cascade, San Joaquin, Gray Fox, Big Range. Those are the streets that are kind of well known for having these beach entry, larger than life homes. But this is one of those things that you can do on that vacant lot that we just showed you, but make it your own, right? So there's a lot of restrictions now that are in place that weren't in place when this pool was built or when this house was built. You can still do something pretty awesome over in that location. So yep, come along with me. We'll go back up to the house, check that out, and then we'll go to one more after this, just to give you an idea of what this place really is about. Because yeah, you have the house, and yeah, you have the backyard, but with that said, this is what you buy. So this is what I was talking about. From the top, having your own launch ramp is pretty unique. So what you're able to do is pull your boat out of the water in the winter, or just get it out from the waves off your dock if you're not using it during the week or whatever. Getting down this driveway would be fun and interesting. Wouldn't mind seeing that. But you could get something, rig something up to where you can pull it down, launch it, or pull it back up, and then just keep it under storage, out of the water, out of the weather. Keep the boat clean. So as I was saying, you can see this thing is still under construction, but they're doing an amazing job. We won't go through the whole thing to bore you. I wanted to just give you the idea of the layout and what to expect for something in this price range. So Back to location and back to why you buy where you buy. Orientation to the sun's a big deal out here. You have these houses across the lake that are facing due east, so they have the afternoon shade. You have these guys facing a little bit southwest, and so you're getting that afternoon sun. And then you have that lot, the lot that we just left is facing a little bit more northwest. And so orientation to the sun, while it could be a big deal for some, it's just a preference call for others. So this listing actually is brought to you by Brenda Lou Esposito out of our office. And I want to just kind of bring her into the fold because this is a great listing for her, and just kind of goes to show the options that you have when it comes to buying a house and remodeling, building a house, or the house we're going to go to on Boating Way will be brand new. So let's keep going. And so on the upstairs, you have the upstairs master living area, a couple bedrooms. You have this main middle floor, which is, I guess, more of your bonus recreation area for either extended family, teenage kids, or whatever. But it just allows you to have that flexibility and options of just finding where you go. Each level has its own access from the side of the property. This will give you an idea too of the different levels of living space. This one has a full separate kitchen, full different living room, living space, bedrooms. Has a very large walk-in refrigerator. Not too many of those out here in Canyon Lake, but just pretty cool. You can do it for a wine fridge, or just if you'd like to entertain. Allows you a lot of opportunities. If you're a florist, throw that in there. Here's the property on Boating Way. So like I'm saying, everything out here is pretty unique. This property on Boating Way is offered by Kyle Wynn. Let's go in and give it a look. So this property is about 4,200 square feet, listed at 2.8 million. This will give you a good contrast to what we just looked at over with Brenda Lou's property on San Joaquin, who's listed at 3.8 million. Now here you're about 4,200 square feet. San Joaquin, you're about double that in square footage, but just the lots, you'll notice that's the big difference, right? This is just a standard interior lot here in Canyon Lake with cove access. So where we are, we're just off the main lake, so just down the water from where we were with Brenda Lou. But if you're looking to go build on that lot that we just left, this is a good idea of where you're going to be price-wise. So the good thing about the lot on San Joaquin that I just showed you guys is that's priced at $750,000, whereas when you get done building, you'll be in that property just about the same price you are here. So this builder, he spared no expense. Every attention to detail in this property is just amazing. These accordion doors open wide open for the large indoor-outdoor experience. Huge wide open floor plan, amazing appliance package. And I'm kind of a nerd. You know it's quality when all the screws are lined up in the right location. Big deal.